When it comes to knowing what to work on your business every single day as a service-based business owner without childcare, it can be overwhelming because I promise you're probably keeping most of your things in your head. And I'm telling you need to stop doing that because it's stressing you out. But anyway, you're probably keeping the processes in your head. And as a woman who's managing your house, managing client work, your business, and being a woman and your hobbies and all these things, you don't have time to rely on your brain at all. I don't even know why we're doing it like that because last time I checked, you're a mom, right? And so that means your brain is different now after you've been a mom. And so the fact that we be relying on our brain is the reason why we're stressed out. But don't worry, we're going to fix that today. We're going to fix that today. And I'm going to show you how. And the tool that I like to help me keep my life organized is ClickUp. And it's okay if you don't like ClickUp, girl, it's fine. There's many other project management tools out there, but ClickUp, I feel like, is the best bang for your buck as a mom because it can do a lot of stuff. You can set it and forget it for some things, okay? And that's what we need. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Sabre. I'm a systems strategist for service-based business owners. Without consistent childcare, I share how to use systems and automations to replace the support you don't have. Okay? Okay. So we're going to move on. Main points first, why you need a system. You probably already have a system. If you're managing clients, you have some sort of system, whether it's a CRM, whether you are using a project management like Notion, Asana, Trello, Monday, you probably have some kind of system already, but you might not be using your system to its full capabilities. And what I mean by that is that you need this system to take what's in your brain and to hold it for you. So when you come back to work, when you're managing your clients and stuff in the little pockets of time you have, for it to come back and hold that for you so you can just jump back in. A lot of the times we keep stuff in our brain and then we sit at our computer and we're like, why is it taking me so long? It's because you don't have nothing documented. You don't know what steps that you be doing. You think that holding it in your head is the way to go. And it's not. It's not. Because I'm telling you, as a mom of 3 who is solo parents, I write out my processes. I know what needs to happen. So just in case I forget, I'm like, oh, this is what needs to happen. Because I do project switch. I go from house stuff to working on my business, managing client work. I go back and forth all day. Because sometimes a kid's nap happens. Sometimes something else happens. Like my schedules are so inconsistent. So I had to create my second brain. And I use ClickUp for that. But I had to create my second brain. And so you probably already have some kind of system. But the reason it's important to have a system or a tool is because it helps you stay consistent when your life is inconsistent. And so it doesn't matter what time you work. Can we maximize that time that you have, especially if it's a little pockets of time? So as you know, there's different seasons for different things. Everything has a season. The Bible talks about this. But in your business, you also know there's seasons. And so what are you focusing on? Is it marketing? Is it blogging? Is it your client work? Is it any of those things or any of the things that you could think of? And so when you're prioritizing stuff, that goes in front, but sometimes we have to have a system that tells us like, hey, this is what's important. That is what needs to be what you're doing in your business. This is not a class about moving your business forward or what you're doing, but I'm just saying the whole goal is for you to stop relying on your brain because your brain is tired. Okay. And so when you're thinking about using your project management tool, what are your non-negotiables? What always needs to happen for you to move your business forward? Even though I know I said this is not a class about it, it's not. I'm not here for that. I'm just telling you that you need to put it in a system because you already know, you already have clients, you're already managing them. You have busy seasons, you have low seasons, different seasons that you walk through, that you go through. So where you're heavy in client season, but then I'm working on my systems or not doing this. Anyway, you know where your seasons are. It needs to be written down and you need to have a schedule so it can be like, oh, maybe every March I need to do this. ClickUp or any other project management tool should have a recurring task reminder that will pop that junk back up so you're not remembering. Get that stuff out your brain. Put it somewhere. Okay? Put it somewhere. Put it somewhere. Okay? Do that. My next point is to put it in a system. So I think I'm going to share my ClickUp a little bit. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I'm just going to share what it looks like. So my priorities is like YouTube right now, my email list, and selling my VIP day. So those are kind of like my priorities and like connecting with leads and like being social on social media and getting my business out there. That is my goal for this year. So that's what we're doing. And so when you go into my ClickUp, I'm going to share it. Okay. Anyway, this is like, this looks so crazy right now. But like, as you can see, I kind of have like, I even have my like home stuff to do in here of like, oh, what chore I need to do for the day. I also have it in here too because I have a family space. But obviously your ClickUp can look completely different I know some people talk about like you don't need that many spaces. The only reason I have this many spaces is because I was an executive assistant, a part of this internship, and I like that she had different spaces for a lot of different things. And so, and it's like I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have like 5, and then I have lists in them of what I need to do. But other than that, like I keep it simple because I like my brain likes it to be in a different place. So I'm like, oh, if it's something marketing, it goes into my marketing space and like this. And so, but it really just depends on how you want to use ClickUp, and you can really make it, you can simplify it more than this. But my favorite way to use ClickUp is like, what do I need to do for today? I also do like digital plan as well. So I kind of use that and be like, okay, what do I need to do? But this kind of holds a lot of like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Or if a client thing comes up, it will pop up here. Or like say, hey, it's time for me to do a YouTube video, or it's time for me to do something else. Like this is what that would be. And so my inbox, like today I have filmed YouTube videos. And it's like, hey, it's time to film YouTube videos. And then it has the link to the YouTube. So it takes me straight to my YouTube list of like, this is what I'm working on. And this is like in that task. And I like doing this because as a mom, I just need to be able to go in, what do I need to do, click and do that. Anyway, with a lot of automations, I don't think it's in my actual list. We're gonna go to YouTube. You can have like an automations part in ClickUp. And so it's like, I have when a YouTube video goes live, change the status from scheduled to complete. So I automate a lot of my tasks that I don't even think about, like moving things over. And so you can have it where like if you click something off, it can move it. So it can move it to a different thing. And then when I have a new idea for a YouTube video, it'll apply a template that has like my basic like outline in there, so I can just go in and fill it out. I have a lot of like templates and stuff, and the stuff that I'm building out. But this is my YouTube. This is where I keep all my YouTube videos, what I'm talking about. Yes, it looks overwhelming, but this works for me. You can really make it as simple as you want. You can also have, I guess it's just me showing you how I do a lot of stuff. But I also have this YouTube idea form. And so like it's like on an app on my phone, like the web page. And then when I have a YouTube video idea, instead of me going all the way into ClickUp and putting it there, I could just submit it in here and it'll automatically populate. And then when it comes through that form, it also populates that task template. And so everything goes where it needs to be. And so that's kind of how I keep everything out of my brain. But even with some of my admin too, which I do need to make a form for that. Like my admin, just things that I'm always like having ideas about, brain dumping, you can really automate within ClickUp and just do a lot of different things. I also do voice memos too, and you can like get the transcript, and if you want to use AI to make it like pull your points out and stuff, you can do that too. I do that with ClickUp a lot of the time. Now, you might be asking me like, why ClickUp? And I have tried Notion, I have tried Asana, I have tried, when I first started my business, I took a VA course and it was in Asana. So how I use Asana, and I loved Asana. The only thing is just I felt limited because I wanted like docs. I wanted to really keep all my notes together. I wanted to keep all that together. And so you can have like docs, dashboard. I put my most used links, like so all my links that like when people ask for things, I could just populate it, put it on my phone, and it will pop up. You can have your forms, you can have your whiteboards, timesheets, clips, goals, chat. Like you can really do so much with it. And I just wanted one space to have everything in. I didn't want it to be all over the place, so I just chose one. ClickUp really just had everything. I had docs for me to like write my notes for like when I took classes and stuff, so it was one spot for me to like link it to a task, for me to just hold everything together. I liked how ClickUp links everything together, so you don't always have to be searching and finding for it. Now, I did ask ClickUp to like add folders to docs and stuff because as you saw, that was like chaotic. But and so I can like separate it by folders. But in docs, you can also have docs live with underneath each other and like subpages and things like that. Notion was nice. At the time, I didn't like that it didn't have like the recurring task templates. And I'm sure the automations and stuff is probably legit and better now. But ClickUp just fit my brain better, and I just loved how I could do so much with it. And I also learned it at like a team level. And so if you're like wanting to manage your team inside of ClickUp, I highly recommend, because everything could just connect together, and you don't even need Slack and all these other things. So like ClickUp could really be that home base to keep you in one app, even though you have like, I'm sure, your Google Drive and like your how we use other tools as well. But like ClickUp really does kind of consolidate most of it if you use it in that capacity. And I love that as a mom, because I don't like to switch apps a bunch of times. Even though I will find apps that are better in their one thing than others instead of trying to loop everything together. But anyway, that's another point. I'm going to tangent. I just think for moms, ClickUp, if you really take it simple, it really can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So I'm saying ClickUp is for moms. Now, some people might disagree, but I'm saying it is because there's a lot of recurring tasks that you can set it, make, and just have it do most of the work to cut your time down. That's why I love it. So if you're like, girl, I need ClickUp in my business right now, this is what I do in my video. Yeah, this is what I do in my VIP day. Client experience in a day. We work on your offboarding, your onboarding, and your active delivery and helping you set up those tasks. And ClickUp and just get all those things that you do in your brain in a system, and we leave it there. Okay, and so that's what I kind of do. If you want the link is in the description below if you want to learn more about it and apply. But yeah, that's what I love to do. ClickUp is my girl. We can set it up, make it work for you, and really automate a lot of the process and put in some automation, get that stuff going for you. To end this, you're carrying it all and you don't have to. It's time to get support. And sometimes without consistent childcare, that support is systems and automation. I encourage you, if you haven't already, to really set up your own system and start small. Like if you're like, okay, I would love for somebody to do it for me, but I don't have that. Start small and just think about those tasks that you do all the time. I do this every Tuesday. Make a thing where you set it like a recurring task. So every Tuesday it populates. And when you start like really thinking about all those things that you do 24/7 all the time, and then you're like, oh, I'm remembering this, a project management tool can help you with that. But if you are like, I would love for somebody to build this out for me, I have my client experience in a day, VIP day, and we really get that done for you when it comes to getting stuff out of your brain when you're managing your clients and things like that. Link the description. I also have an email list where I share weekly tips for my service-based mamas without consistent childcare. I share how to use systems, tools, workflows to like reduce that time on client work, to make it easier so you can balance like the household responsibilities and your clients and your business. Okay, that's why I shared. The link is also in the description below. So that's gonna be it for today. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, let me know if you learned anything, if what project management tool you use. If you're like, girl, this is it, let me know. If you need help with setting it up yourself, I do that in my VIP day. You can click the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.